Hey everyone, so welcome back to another video in our channel. And as you all know that TCS has ongoing their hirings for on-campus drives to different colleges. So they are basically TCS priority colleges and partnered colleges that TCS is hiring recently, and they have already done with one phase of hiring, and their interviews also most of the students have been done in 8 and 9 February, and some students might have that later as well. So if you have completed your interview for whatever role, it might be Ninja, Digital or Prime, make sure to comment down what was your interview experience, what type of questions you got, okay, so that others can also get an idea about it. So some students already mentioned to me regarding their experience, what type of questions they got, so I'm going to share these experience to you guys. Okay, so first of all, in this video we're going to discuss regarding TCS Ninja interview experience. I will make two other videos for TCS Prime and Digital as well. If you are from selected in TCS Digital or Prime, go, you can check that videos as well. And so for because also like there is one more hiring is going on in TCS. Okay, one more batch hiring is going on, and their assessment is already like in the February first phase or February first half, and their interview are going to happen by like the February end or March beginning. So this is going to be very much helpful for those candidates. But before moving on, if you are new to the channel, make sure to click on the subscribe button, join our Telegram group for any discussions, and make sure to click on the bell icon after subscribing, because we post different hiring updates, onboarding updates, exam pattern, interview details, everything regularly. So first, there was like basically, as I have mentioned in my previous video for preparation the roadmap strategy. So there I have mentioned that there are going to generally I have mentioned that there are generally more than one interviewer in the panel. Okay, generally there are at least two interviewer in the panel, because there are one technical and one managerial round, but these there are no two separate rounds. These both of the rounds happens together. First they ask you some technical questions, then they ask you the managerial questions as well, but this happens together. So the technical round questions what that particular person got, first of all they went there and they let's talk like, yeah, tell me about yourself, and that candidate described his, like they told about himself, and they got to know that what are the things what they had in their academics, what college they're from, what CGPA and subjects and favorite topics. They asked them some questions from database and SQL. I have mentioned these questions as well. So there are SQL and OOPS. These two topics are very much important for any interviews. Okay, especially these base packages or service-based companies. They ask many questions from this SQL database and OOPS. These things. So I have a database playlist. You can go and check from there. So now let's check what are the questions. The first question was difference of delete and truncate. So this is the question from SQL. There are two commands, delete command and truncate command. Okay, and there are same functions they do, but there is a difference on them. So you have to say that the difference between delete and truncate command. Okay, you have to explain the things to them as well. The next question was class and object difference. Okay, so this question was from oops. They asked basic questions like what is the difference between object and class. Okay, so you have to say what is the class, that is a blueprint, and object is the instance. Okay, so you have to you can give one example as well for showing what is class and what is object, like that. And the next question he got was from like what are the pillars of OOPS. So you have to just they asked just to name the pillars of OOPS. You can just say the four pillars of OOPS. Okay, and they did not ask any clarification further, but make sure to prepare those as well, because they might ask you the definitions and examples for the four pillars of OOPS as well, because these are the very common questions like the four pillars of OOPS. Make sure to prepare and clarify your doubts regarding this, make a clear concept, and prepare one example for each. Okay, and the next question was some branch related questions. So this candidate was from EC branch, so they asked them some their branch related core questions. So that is also very basic questions that like if you have done your basics, and then you are okay to go for that questions. And they asked them some questions from a resume, and they asked him some questions regarding their resume, like they have mentioned some projects in their resume. So they asked some basic questions like what this project is doing, and one two basic questions regarding that project and all. The next round is going to be managerial round, but this is not a separate round, this happens together as well. So after that they like the in the managerial questions they started to ask. So they asked him like what is his strengths and weaknesses, and then asked like why you want to join TCS, and like if as if he is not from IT or CSE background, so why he wants to come into IT job, or why he thinks that he is going to be a good fit for IT industry. And then one question is like you have mentioned something like he had leadership skills in the resume, so they ask like give one example or one scenario where you have shown your leadership skills in real life. So that's the interview experience for the Ninja. So this is all the basic things in Ninja. For digital and prime, they will ask you in-depth questions and basic coding skills and all. But this is the thing for Ninja. If you have any queries, you can comment down, and make sure to check the Ninja and prime interviews as well if you are selected for those.